More theories on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube sent over by you guys that's going to make us question reality. Join the Discord, link is in the description down below.
Nearly 16,000 pounds of sausage products from Hillshire brands are being recalled due to possible contamination with bone fragments. Pennsylvania's one of 6 states where stores receive this smoked sausage made with pork, turkey, and beef.
So Hillshire Brands, the company responsible for Hillshire smoked sausages, recalled a lot of meat. What's crazy is some publications say bone fragments, while the rest say foreign objects. Somebody need to make up their minds, because foreign objects and bones are two different things. They also claim the foreign objects are only in 16,000 pounds of the sausages. So I'm guessing they figured that out by doing what? They are urging anyone with these sausages to trash them immediately. Foreign objects that enters the body cause massive damage, sometime to the point of no return.
Be aware of what you eat, and then on top of that, I'm hearing too much stuff with this pork stuff. Y'all already know it's team no pork on our fork over here, but you know, you know. I know I'm still gonna have my pork lovers in here, but it's too much stuff happening with the pork and all the unclean products. It's like who was trying to tell y'all, but you know.
I have never seen this happen before. I went to cut open a watermelon and a lot of liquid came out.
Here's another one.
That's the only cut I made, okay?
Watermelon shouldn't sound like that.
I don't think there's any watermelon in there.
It's just water. It's interesting.
Oh, I opened it. It's open.
Alright, it's nasty. It's not a vibe. Ew. So what is happening? What are they doing to this watermelon?
This is so disgusting. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. I don't even buy these seedless watermelons. I go to Sprouts, get a seedless watermelon.
Oh my God.
We've seen this one in the last reaction.
Yo, I'm up in Walmart right now. I see all the watermelon stuff going on all over the world. Check this out. What? Yeah, did you see that? Bro, it's got pressure behind it. What in the world?
Thank you, Bino, for the video.
Ain't no pitching in hip hop.
Do you have a 401k?
You want me to explain to you what hip hop is?
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Let me explain to you what hip hop is. The worst loan you could ever make. When you sign to a major label, that money that they give you, let's say they give you 800 grand, right? That's a loan. You have to pay back that loan with interest. So if you don't make back that 800 grand, what they do is they put you in the red, but you can still be hot. And you didn't make back that 800 grand. So you can still be hot. So they'll give you another album. And they'll give you, instead of 800 grand, they'll give you 1.2 this time, right? So now, but you're still in the hole for that 800. You understand? But now you got another 1.2. And if you don't make that, then you're just in the red for both. And this is a loan with interest that you don't get nothing out of. Hip hop is not meant for the artist to win. It's never been meant for the artist to win. And the more and more you learn, the more and more you read your contracts, the more and more it's disturbing.
Somebody put me on game a long time ago. I forgot who it was or what it was, but the word contract has con in it. When have you known con to be a positive thing? Think about every contract you sign. They're conning you. I'll put this one in here, y'all. This is us. This is our culture and heritage. We're returning back to the Most High. Hallelujah. Y'all watch my tribe, my blood, my tribe, my fam do their thing. Come on over to Zion. The Messiah's coming. Are you ready? We're Israelites from the tribe of Judah. This is what we do. We praise. The 400 years is up. That, y'all, is what I can proudly say I partake in. That is the rebirth of a nation. Shout out to, again, my blood, my tribe, my fam. Rebirth of a nation, if y'all want to know. I know y'all like, what do you do? What do you believe? Who do you get your teachings from? How do you know who you are? Rebirth of a nation. Look up Hebrew Nation Building on YouTube. You'll find everything. They will tell you what the world has taught you that was a lie, and they will instill you with relearning the truth. If you're wondering what event that was our Pesach. That was a powerful Pesach. Yeah, our chiefs did that. Shout out to my chief. Shout out to Malek Musha, Malek Yahusha.
So do y'all remember in 2017, the Snapchat face mask filters was like the hottest thing?
Was.
In 2017, everybody was really rocking these filters.
We was.
I know what you're thinking, okay? 2017, right?
Uh-huh.
Was Snapchat trying to tell us something? Let me tell you something. Snapchat was not trying to tell us anything. Snapchat was just trying to let us have fun with family members and friends. Snapchat just wanted us to look cool with these filters on. And hey, there's no way Snapchat knew in 2017 that we were going to wear face masks in the near future. I mean, like, there's no way. If you think that Snapchat was trying to tell us something, you are crazy. Now, let me tell you why I don't believe that Snapchat predicted or was trying to tell us what was going to happen in the near future. Because if Snapchat knew we were going to wear face masks in the near future, that only means that there are evil, corrupt people in this world.
Yeah.
And some people believe that our government had something to do with this. Shame on you guys. Our government has never done anything evil to their own people. They wouldn't do nothing like that. So I just want to say to the government, thank you for loving us, caring for us, and keeping us out of harm's way. This is America.
This is America. I didn't even put two and two together. I was over here hyping it up like, yeah, them things were a thing. 2017, 2020. Why were we excited with posting Snapchats with a filter that covered most of our face and put like ears on us? Predictive programming.
Boy, I know you lying.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Well, that's how you been getting me all this time.
Yo, is that true? Thank you, Munchie, for the video. Thank you, Munchie, for the video.
So you have liquefied aluminum running down the side of a grass fire.
The window, if you look at the big old, like, almost like...
The glass is just melted.
The fact that it's still stuff coming out about this fire is
So I don't know
crazy.
if you guys have figured this out yet, but the media has not been given access to Lahaina town. They don't want pictures taken of anything in Lahaina town because they don't want you to see this, would be my guess.
How do you pronounce it?
So the only way this message is going to get out right now is if you, until your fingers bleed for America, start sharing this video. The edge of the fire went to that little grass. This was all just grass, no trees. You can see a couple of trees right there. It just went to the edge of the sidewalk. I mean, not even to the sidewalk. It just went inside of this fence, and then it stopped right before it got to this guy's thing, this guy's house.
Thank you, Chris, for the video.
Whenever God is mentioned at the Grammys or God is mentioned at the Oscars or football games, basketball games, or when you get $100 million contract, I want to just thank God, because without God and my mom and my family, I mean, it's kind of it. They don't talk about God no other time publicly other than a big moment happening. And yet, people are worshiping the devil publicly all year long. The whole music video had devil worshiping in it. Y'all see this. Y'all see what's going on. So at the end of the day, man, I just had to really realize, like, wow, man, Denzel Washington does not do an interview on a red carpet or a sit-down interview. He does not do any interviews without at some point transitioning into talking about the goodness of God.
It's too much of these actors and entertainers that are like, oh, and I fell for it too. I've said it before, but oh, thank God for this world. You know, without him, I would be nowhere. Thank you to the man upstairs. And they music talking about popping pills, having multiple partners, sleeping around, smoking, drinking, partying, like, your life is not glorifying who you're thanking. Like, it doesn't make no sense. Like, why all of a sudden you want to thank him all of a sudden? But I mean, hey, I guess God allowed them to do that. They can just turn up and live the life however they want to, but how you truly live is the fruits are going to show. You ain't even gotta say nothing. You will know off of somebody's fruit. So it's those people that do this that you got to be careful of, because they be doing this, but their life does not. It's like that. Look, you gotta walk it like you talk it, and they're not doing that. They doing either one or the other. They're most likely talking. They're never walking. Thank you, DeAndre, for the video.
So you've heard of this, right? It's the Great Wall of China. But what if I told you that the Chinese didn't actually build it? So who built it then? Well, what if I told you that the Great Wall of China was actually the Great Wall of Tartaria from the Moorish Empire? You know, the ones that they don't really want you to know about? I know, crazy, right? Well, maybe you can answer me this then. The Chinese built the Great Wall of China, then why are the steep sides facing towards them? Seems odd. Also, why are the lookout posts also facing towards them? You would think it would make it easier to defend yourselves if you were facing the enemy, not yourself.
Right.
Seems a little weird. So, like, that way they could see the enemy coming and they could properly defend themselves with bow and arrows or whatever they were using, throwing rocks. It just doesn't really make sense to build everything facing you, not away from you. Oh, and what about these old maps? What's that? Tartaria? That's funny. Maybe it's the Great Wall of Tartaria surrounding China to protect themselves from China. And then when the empire got taken out by the mud flood, the Chinese kind of just took credit for it because, you know, as we all know from history, the winners and the victors write the history. Just a thought. If you want some more content on Tartaria, then make sure you like this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and let me know what other topics you want me to cover. See ya.
Oh, that's deep. Tartaria. I don't remember learning about that in school. Thank you, Jared, for the video.
The Simpsons predictions or might have predicted for the future.
Thank you, Bino, for the video.
Actually, before I go into this other location, what's fascinating is, which I speak about, is the transatlantic slave trade. A large a large percentage of it actually came from Igbo territory. So these Igbo today in Nigeria, who are practicing Jews, numbering the 40 million people with customs and traditions, doing circumcision on the 8th day, were the same exact people brought to the Americas. The same exact people brought to the Americas on the transatlantic slave trade. Now, if someone goes to Times Square in New York today, you'll see, African Americans dressed in Israelite outfits and yelling at people, saying, "You're not the real Jews. We're the real Jews." And so most people saying, well, you guys are kooky, you just made this whole thing up, you made up a religion and an identity. Actually, no, they are the blood descendants, most likely, of,
Judah means people from the tribe of Judah, or Judeans.
Of people who, from Israel, were brought from Africa to America. So it's very fascinating.
From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring my offering. We will scatter. Thank you, Liz, for the video.
Why do they still allow people to sell cigarettes?
Let me just validate this point. And here's the interesting part about this. Those of you who know about pharmaceuticals or even started to learn about pharmaceuticals, look at the correlation between cigarettes and alcohol, cigarettes and marijuana. You got to know when you're getting played at a high level here. Now they're talking about bringing down cigarettes and attacking cigarettes. Why? Because they have successfully switched out their investment. I told people 9 years ago, I said they are going to demonize cigarettes and replace it with their miracle solution, which is marijuana, after they legalize it. I said they're going to make a lot more money on marijuana than they ever did with cigarettes in a shorter period of time. They're going to do it in a way where the people will accept it. They're going to do it in a way where the people are going to make it legalized. Governors are going to approve it. They're not going to let all the people out who they arrested and put in jail for carrying marijuana, but they're going to let all their white counterparts invest in it and let some black folks invest in it now too. It's a game. When you are dealing with a system that is sincerely, wholeheartedly, in a calculated, strategic manner, planning to destroy you, but they have to do it in the most effective way as possible, meaning they have to do it in a way where you will accept it willingly, to where you're not going to fight against it. There will be no opposition. You're going to literally bow down and say, look, man, they finally came around, y'all. Now they get it. The government cares about us. The moment pharmaceuticals got their hands in marijuana, I said Monsanto's going to dip their hands in it too. And I said they're going to come out with mutant strains and manipulated marijuana, sell it to you as if it's natural, then arrest you for growing the natural.
Wow.
There are chemicals in this medical marijuana. Again, mind you, I'm saying medical marijuana specifically, and literally kill you, destroy your sperm, which is what it's doing, destroy your ovaries, which is what it's doing, destroy your ability to connect, as you were saying, how your brain was not connecting with your body. American military was combing the streets all throughout this country, snatching up the original cannabis, snatching up the Indian hemp plant, snatching up the indica, whatever you want to call it, snatching it up. Why? Because they were utilizing it to experiment on the military. They did the same thing with LSD, the same thing with Molly, also known as MDMA. Every chemical that they legalized, they first tested on the military, including marijuana. They said, damn it, they own us. We have all these damn lawsuits from these cigarettes and this nicotine and this tobacco. We need to find a way to replace this damn thing. I was invited to a closed meeting with one of the advisors on drug policy to the United Nations. It was about 95 people in this room. He put up a slide on a projector where he was going over the move that the government was about to make when it pertains to marijuana. He went over the investors. He brought up Bill Gates. Gates been on it. He brought up the founder of Tommy Hilfiger. He brought up George Soros.
Okay.
These are the ones invested in the medical marijuana field, and you gotta know who you're dealing with.
This shit way bigger than Nino Brown.
He said in about the next 7 to 10 years, what they plan to do is not only legalize it, they're gonna promote it in certain products. Then they're gonna promote it to children. He said they're gonna come out with marijuana soda products, marijuana gummy products. So again, I'm just validating your point.
Yeah.
You said this medical marijuana is some different stuff, brother. It is not natural, and it is not what people should be touching.
I know y'all see my face. I'm thrown off about Tommy Hilfiger. Why is Tommy Hilfiger, who makes clothes, a part of that? That doesn't even go hand in hand. And then y'all heard him say they targeting the children. Y'all know it's not my favorite thing to say, but it's my favorite thing to point out because it's so true. They are really trying to get everyone to stay like in this same mindset, the same movement, the same structure. So if they, because the thing is, you know, in order to change the world, you have to change yourself. So if you change yourself and you change the kids, you're ruining the program and the operation that the world is trying to implement. So if they can target your children, then they'll keep everybody at the same level. It's not going to be no people that's going against the grain or that's not following with what they're placing, if that makes sense on what I'm saying. So if they can get to the kids before you can get to them, which is why school is the way it is, that's another story for another day. If they can get to them before you can get to them, they won. That medical marijuana is deep. And then on top of that, the fact that it's in everything. It's in sodas. They have it in candy. Y'all know I'm behind if I'm playing this.
This is insane. The Chargers had real AI robots at their season opener. Look at how weird these are. Wow.
Shout out to my girl Amaya for the next couple of videos.
World is changing its frequency and its vibration. It's already doing it. You know things are speeding up. Everybody knows that. Time is speeding up. Everything is speeding up. And the Earth itself has a tone. I've heard this tone. It's recorded from satellites in space. The Earth has a tone, a frequency. That tone has changed and it is speeded up. Scientists know this. It's very definite that this is definitely, they have proved it is changing. The frequencies and vibrations of the Earth are changing. As I said a while ago about dimensions, we're getting ready to shift into a totally new dimension. We have to. The Earth has got to the point where they can't do anything else to help it. We're just destroying so much here that it's going to have to be a separation to move into the new frequency. And they said the entire universe is watching. It's the greatest show on earth because it has never happened in the history of the universe before that an entire planet will make the shift at one time. Now, you know in the Bible it always talks about the new heaven and the new earth. I believe John of Pathos, when he had that vision, he was seeing a real vision.
A book called Race, Tendencies, and Traits of the American Negro, in which he lays out all the numbers, and then he concludes that if we simply avoided allowing Black people to have any access to health care, that within 2 or 3 generations, the whole race would die out, and that would solve the race problem in America. When Teddy Roosevelt, 1912, proposed a national health care system, people said no because Black people will get it. When Franklin Roosevelt proposed a national health care system, it was the same thing. We don't want Black people to get it. When Truman tried it in 47, same thing. Don't want Black people to get it. We have to figure out a way to keep Black people from using Medicare. And the way that they came up with was to have a 20% hole, a gap in Medicare, so that you had to pay 20% of your doctor's bill and your hospital bill, and that would discourage poor Black people from showing up at the hospitals. Nearly 100% of the reason why the United States is the only country in the world that doesn't define healthcare as a right is because of
creepiest videos on the internet. Cell phone being microwaved.
We know that's cat.
The names in the Bible have very important meanings. God gave them those names for a very specific reason. Adam, Seth, Enos, Canaan. Well, Adam means man.
Right.
Seth means appointed. Enos means mortal. Canaan means sorrow. Mahalalel means the blessed God. Jared means shall come down. Enoch means preaching. Methuselah means his death shall bring. Lamech means the despairing. And Noah means rest. So if you put it all together, man is appointed mortal sorrow, but the blessed God shall come down, preaching that his death shall bring their despairing rest. Even the names in the Bible are trying to get a message across. Pretty amazing. There's a good book about the Chinese language, The Discovery of Genesis it's called, showing how the original Chinese characters, not the ones they use today, but the original ancient Chinese pictograms, were actually telling the creation story. For instance, the symbol for boat is 8 mouths in a vessel. Noah's Ark had 8 people on it. The Chinese symbol for garden is dust plus breath plus 2 people in an enclosure. There's been a sequel, God's Promise to the Chinese, written about God's promise in the Chinese language. The Chinese symbol for righteous is a person under a lamb. The only way to be righteous is to be under the lamb. Their own words were telling them.
Thank you, Free, for the video.
I really cannot believe it. I don't give 2 but I am telling you right now.
When the clone just hits different.
There is not real.
Alluded to what you saw, but like, we just want to know, like, you know, what did you see?
I mean, thanks for asking that, but I have been told I cannot comment on it right now.
I see.
I'm sorry.
They say every single holiday that we celebrate is celebrating one of the 7 deadly sins. Every single holiday. Think about it. The easiest one, Valentine's Day, celebrates the sin of lust.
Okay.
Thanksgiving, that celebrates the sin of gluttony.
Gluttony, yeah, because you're
eating a lot. You're overeating. You're taking too much more than you need.
Yeah.
Now, Christmas, what do you think that is?
Christmas. Greed.
Yeah. Overconsumption and excess.
Okay.
Right? Wanting more of something.
That makes sense.
We're celebrating gifts. We're celebrating gifts. We're not really even celebrating the birth of Christ because people are so focused on the gifts. St. Patrick's Day. It's sloth because people get blacked out drunk.
Oh, what the?
Now, Easter. This one's interesting.
I don't know.
The holiday of Easter, what sin would it be?
Easter. I don't know.
Check this out. This one gets deep.
Okay.
So they say it's...
Now, why would y'all cut it? They be knowing what they're doing. They smart. I gotta give it to them. Them are the most strategic people I have seen on TikTok. So what do you guys think Easter partakes in when it comes to the 7 deadly sins? I'm honestly not shocked and not surprised. Yahuwah tells us to not celebrate stuff for various reasons. And I know that's definitely one, but it's other things too. Like all those celebrating of the holidays, like you're actually celebrating and worshiping deities and idols, idolatry. Like you're really doing that. You have to really look into the root on why you celebrate these things. He didn't call us to celebrate that. He called us to celebrate holy days. And if you notice the holy days, they got holidays from the holy days. When people have Easter, we're usually celebrating Passover. But really look into why you celebrate what you celebrate. Because that Christmas, you cannot say, oh, I'm celebrating it because of his birth. Oh, really? Where his gifts at? Oh, Easter. Oh, it's just the... What does laying eggs have to do with his resurrection? eggs, resurrection. The list goes on and on. Thank you, promo.
We busted our ass, and this is what we get. Nobody called us. Our phones didn't work from 5 in the morning. 10 o'clock when I went to work, the fire was still there. There was no water. Tell me if that's coincidence. No water, no warning. And everybody talking about the satellite city before the fire. Lahaina gonna be the first satellite city. Well, hey, Jeff Bezos, you got what you wanted. Oprah, you got what you wanted. And the guy who owns the nut, you got what you wanted. All over. That's what happened. Okay. We need help in Lahaina. Who's gonna come now and ask us, can I pray for you, Auntie?
Thank you.
Can I help you?
Look, trying to cut her off.
Because all we got so far was $700 and we don't know who to call or anything. It's culturally insensitive in that zone.
Every cell phone user in the U.S. will be part of a nationwide emergency alert coming up in the fall.
On October 4th, around 2:30 Eastern, every single phone, TV, and radio will be going off. But it's okay, guys. Don't panic. FEMA and the FFC planned a nation emergency alert test for October the 4th, 2023. So whenever it starts, it's gonna last for at least 1 minute. Everybody in the US will experience it. Again, this is all gonna happen to every TV, radio, and phone in America all at once. FEMA and the FCC are coordinating with wireless providers to ensure that all systems are prepared to send out alerts in the case of a national disaster or attack. So yeah, it's basically just an emergency testing. But for what? Are we having an emergency soon? Ha ha ha, just kidding. But what do you guys think about all of this? Will you be turning off your phone when it happens, or you're gonna keep your phone on with all that noise? Beep! Let me know in the comments.
You will not believe what medicine the FDA just said no longer works. So if you guys ever had like a stuffy nose, you know, your face has been hurting, or, you know, you've had like an allergic reaction or something, so your parents have given you some Benadryl or some Sudafed, and, you know, sometimes it makes you drowsy, maybe not. Well, yeah, the FDA just said that none of those work anymore. The FDA just said that virtually all over-the-counter decongestants just don't work. They found that the Benadryl and the Sudafed, Robitussin, and other things like that literally do nothing. So has it been like a placebo this whole time? So it turns out these pills are going to be taken off the shelves pretty soon across the entire country, but the nasal sprays are going to get to stay. A patient advocate from New York said that these should have been taken off the shelves a long time ago. So basically all of our medicine cabinets in our house now is going to have to be scrubbed of these things because apparently they don't work. Which now I wonder, every time my parents gave me one, why did it always help? Was it just all in my head the whole time? What do you guys think? Do you guys still take this stuff? Do you have it in your house right now?
I don't trust them, because why would you just randomly, a random day out the week, out the month, you're just like, oh, these medicines don't work no more. No, I got to question that, because anything y'all say, I want to do the complete opposite. That's really what I want to do. The medicines has worked for me. It hasn't been an issue for me, but what I will say is I am kind of diving in more to like natural remedies of how to cure certain stuff and how to heal certain things, because I don't want to depend on medicine. Y'all know with the world going the way it's going, I want to be able to be like, okay, I know from me being in the wilderness, I can't eat off of that tree. Oh, I can mix this leaf with this water with a pinch of salt. You know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that to help me cure or to heal or to better whatever sickness, whatever root is messed up.
GTA 6 will destroy humanity. Yes, you heard that right.
It didn't even come out
As you
yet.
know, the video game GTA 6 is planned to release in 2024. But what if I told you the goal of the game is to control the population? Many believe that GTA 6 will be so realistic that people will become completely addicted to it, immersing themselves in the virtual world instead of living in reality.
That's already
This
happening
could lead
now.
humanity into a situation similar to movies like Ready Player One or Free Guy. It could be the perfect way for the elite to control us, keeping us completely obsessed with the game. But what could this actually mean for humanity? At first, everything would stay relatively stable. But as time passes, more and more people would get addicted. They would stop working, and soon after, people would start dying left and right. People could become so addicted that they will forget to eat, drink, and sleep. But what's your opinion on GTA 6? Do you think it could cause the end of humanity? Subscribe and share with a friend for part 2.
I don't think so, but only if you let it. But I will say, when I watched Ready Player One with that what is this? Not AI, it's not MetaQuest. It's medical. There is a MetaQuest, but the artificial reality. Am I saying the AR? When I seen Ready Player One and I seen the AR and what was happening, I said this gonna take over. This gonna be the one, because you have people living in a metaverse world and they're stuck in it because their life is like so much happier in that world than in the real world. Y'all see it with the Apple Vision Pros. When I seen that, I was like, oh my gosh. You guys have one? Do you?
There's a theory that any rapper that comes out with a song called Armed and Dangerous, they die. Listen, Juice WRLD came out with a song, Armed and Dangerous. Passed away.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke came with a song, Armed and Dangerous. He passed away. King Von came out with a song, Armed and Dangerous. He passed away. Now it gets deeper, So Biggie, he didn't have a song called Armed and Dangerous, but he had a song called Notorious Thugs, right? Okay. The first line in the song, Gavin, the first verse, he says, Armed and Dangerous. Ain't too many can hang with us.
Armed and dangerous.
That phrase, Armed and Dangerous, is deadly for all rappers, bro. Now listen, what's even crazier, we talked about PNB, remember?
Yeah.
So Meek Mill.
Oh yeah, Meek Mill.
He had a song, it wasn't called Armed and Dangerous, it was called Dangerous. It was called Dangerous though. And who's features on that song? Who? PNB Rock.
No. You're kidding me.
And that's one of his biggest hits. There's something wrong with that phrase, Armed and Dangerous, in the rap community.
Life and death is in the power of the tongue.
I'm so cozy right now.
You
Think
look
about
cozy.
how terrible this advice is that you're about to see just in general, and then magnify it by how bad it turned out to be for this situation. But how crazy of a thing for your people that are supposed to care about you to encourage you to think like this.
To think that they can do their own research.
Don't do any of your own research.
Doing your own research is associated with conspiracy theory circles.
This go-it-alone approach, doing your own research, it can have serious consequences.
You should get prison time for even questioning the vaccines.
Can we all stop saying, I need to do my own research?
That phrase, do your own research, 4 words. 4 little words that are hurting America.
Doing your own research hurts America.
Everybody has a supercomputer in their hand that empowers them to do their own research, and that's the problem.
You must not do your own research.
I need to do my own research.
I don't understand what that means. I'm doing my own research.
You can't do your own research unless you're a scientist. Do your own research.
That made no sense.
Maybe you've told yourself you're playing it safe. You just want to wait and see since this is a new. No.
Roll the up and get the.
People spread the virus.
Who's she talking to? Bible verse that I live off of is study to show yourself approved. And I truly believe that when it comes to the Bible. That's with life in general. Study to show yourself approved. So the fact that you have people on here telling you you can't do your own research, don't do your own research, why would you do only science? It's so much in detail I can describe, but that was probably the most dumbest thing I've heard. So they're pushing out, you shouldn't do your own research. No, the thing is, if I'm putting some stuff into my body, if I'm trying to heal it, if I want to, do stuff to it, you mean tell me don't do research but go off of what's being told? That's what messed us up in the first place. When you think about church and the Bible, you go off of what pastor said, but you don't ever read it for yourself. No, read it for yourself, because that's when you fully see, you're fully aware, because you can't just be like going off of what a person said. You have to go get these things yourself, see these things yourself, and to relate to these things, to be able to basically, if somebody question, you can quote unquote study to show yourself approved. So the fact that they're telling people that not to do that is crazy. I know they're talking about from a worldly standpoint, but I'm talking about from a biblical and worldly standpoint. So I'm bringing 2 in 1. Theories on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Again, if you guys want your video feature on here along with a shout out, please add the Discord. The link is in the description down below. Shout out to everyone that has sent in videos. I've been trying to push these things out. I really hope that you guys like the new setup, the new format, the audio, the quality. Y'all just let me know in the comment section down below, because I've been tweaking out a lot. Thank y'all for bearing with me. All esteem, all glory, all honor goes to my Elua Yahuwah and my Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach for blessing me as a whole. I'm just a vessel that they work in and through, so gotta give credit and honor where it is due. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see y'all in the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah.